Obviously, I'm a Yankees fan, so I'd love to see him.
It's almost like legacy of like the NFL versus.
But I definitely think that Baker could be a really good player for the Panthers moving forward.
Did I say Oreos?
There's a lot of questions I have about Mahomes. Looks like a kid playing Madden.
Turning point in the game is the 13-second drive.
They play very hard, even though they're terrible.
He's a good pick. For sure. He's going to be a good player. But I can't argue against the Jamar Chase pick.
They made moves saying we're going to win this year, at least get into the playoffs.
I'm going with my guy, Corey Seager. So glad.
What's good, y'all? My name is Austin Jarman, and I play rugby for the University of Notre Dame. And you're listening to The Outsider's Opinion with Austin and Kevin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NFL Opinions of the Week. Super Bowl is over. Of course, this happened before the Super Bowl, but it didn't feel right. And it's also packed schedule for us, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But pretty happy with it because we're our daily podcast, so we kind of solved that issue, but it was really the scheduling. The man that I know you were a big fan of Defensive Player of the Year, Patrick Surtain, Austin.
Yeah, I am a big fan of that. He was definitely one of the most impactful defensive players this year, and I'm excited to see a corner finally win it. It's the first time in a while. I believe it's the first time since Stephen Gilmore, right? Stephon Gilmore?
Yeah. Yes.
With the Patriots, and that was the first time I think since Darrelle Revis. So it's been a while for those positions, and I do think he deserved it. He had one of the best defenses in the league and one of the more surprising teams. So I definitely think he deserved it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't really see any problems as I'm looking through the list. Defensive Rookie of the Year was tough, but I just wasn't thinking there was no dominant. But you have Jared Verse, who was he led all rookies in quarterback hits and quarterback pressures with 12 more, but it just wasn't really as talked about as like previous years. But I do think they hit on it. I think we'll save MVP for the end, but of course, like we don't need to spend much time on Offensive Rookie of the Year. Of course, it's Jaden Daniels mentioned, Jared Verse. I don't know what you thought about that Defensive Rookie of the Year conversation.
It was close, but I'm totally fine with Verse winning it. I thought that he had a great season, and he was a big part of why the Rams made the playoffs. I mean, their D-line was solid, and he's a big reason why.
Yeah, and then Coach of the Year, Kevin O'Connell. I think that was to be
100%. I thought that was one of the easier choices. I understand Chiefs. I understand Dan Campbell, but no one thought the Vikings were going to be a 14-win regular season team, and they were one of the most impressive teams this season. Kudos to Kevin O'Connell. He deserved it. He didn't get it when he won 13 games, but he gets it when he wins 14. I 100% thought he deserved it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was like, who else could win it? I understand Dan Campbell, but it would have been more last season, I would say, for Dan Campbell.
100%.
But yeah, no, just given like that quarterback excellence, which I'm surprised Sam Darnold didn't win Comeback Player of the Year. I forgot Joe Burrow was basically up for it as he won the award.
Yeah, and it makes sense why he won it. He missed a good bit of last season with a hand or wrist injury. And he also played like the best quarterback in the league this season. So he winning it wasn't all that crazy. I think it's understandable why he won.
Yeah, and they also changed the wording based on what happened last year. They focused more on the injury. Like it has to be someone injured. Like I remember Joe Flacco won it, but that was just because he was out of the league. But yeah, Joe Burrow, people argued for MVP, so I understood it. But yeah, no, I was surprised. I did like his comment that he was like, I don't necessarily want to be nominated for this twice.
Yeah, because it means that something bad happened.
Yeah. But yeah, that was another one that I just wasn't expecting. All of these are really expected. Then, of course, Offensive Player of the Year was Saquon.
Easy choice.
Yep. And then this one, I'm glad with the voting, it was close. Lamar got 24, and Josh Allen got 27. So he won the MVP. but I was glad it was close because it was a tough debate between who was going to win MVP.
Was close, but I do think that Josh Allen deserved it because I think that he's a little bit more. The team around Josh Allen, I think, is worse than it is with the Ravens, and they had the Bills had a better record, and I think Josh Allen played just slightly better this season than Lamar, and I think Josh Allen deserved it.
Yeah, and this comes after. This was a question for you. I agree, Josh Allen deserved it, but do you think the NFL MVP is kind of turning toward the NBA MVP, where narrative does kind of matter in the MVP?
Yeah, I
winner?
100% believe that narrative matters, but it shouldn't. It should be who do you think is the most valuable player? But yes, I do think narrative matters a lot.
Because you have the narrative of Diggs leaving, Josh Allen getting better, and then you kind of, I would say, voter fatigue with Lamar Jackson. And then, of course, he had Derrick Henry as well. But yeah, no, I understood. And I'm just glad the voting showed it was a tough decision. But yeah, it is nice that Josh Allen won his first MVP.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I don't think there are any other awards I'm missing. Right? Did we go through them all?
Yeah, I believe we did. MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Back Player of the Year. Is there anything else?
No, I think that. I think that's pretty much it. And to me, there's just not much controversy. It was kind of easy, like, well, he's going to win it, and deservedly so for all of them. Like Jane Daniels at the beginning of the year, like Caleb or Jane Daniels.
I did have Jaden Daniels as my Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yes, you did. You did. I had Caleb. But given just the way things
did you get any
out,
predictions,
like,
preseason predictions correct?
Who was my Defensive Rookie of the Year? I don't think it was Jared Verse. I don't think I got any.
I got one singular. And it was Jaden Daniels.
Way to go with Jane Daniels. Congrats. But yeah, that's.
Well, I will also add that just because they're expected going in to vote night doesn't mean it's bad, right? We want the people who deserve to win it. So just because there's not much that we're going to disagree on doesn't mean anything negative. It just means that there was clear winners, and we're glad there wasn't anyone that got snubbed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a bad thing. It was just like maybe a little bit surprised they got it right.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a good way to put it.
And there's debate, but I'm glad. My biggest thing is votes is like it was a close MVP race, but Josh Allen won.
And that's what should have happened.
Yep, that's what should have happened. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.